Hi, I'm Shanelle. I'm from West Auckland. I'm 23 years old and I'm the blogger from Struggling Twenties. So I started the Struggling Twenties probably just as I turned 20 years old. I'd seen a blog similar out there and it was nice and refreshing to see that somebody wanted to speak about those things that are hard to talk about. I mean, you might look at my life from the outside and think, wow, you know, look at this girl, it seems like she's got it all. But I wanted people to know that social media isn't all that it seems, and, you know, somebody like me, I do struggle. It's quite amazing the response I get from my blog. People coming back to me with their own stories, their own struggles, and that's what I love most about it, is that it's opening up that conversation. And just by writing, I got such an overwhelming response. It was like, wow, I am making a difference. And yeah, I get quite a few messages from strangers, from friends, from family. I would never have suspected that they had their own issues. So it's really lovely, just opening the lines of communication. And that's why I continue to do it, because it feels good and it probably helps my mental health to, you know, get it all out there. It's therapeutic, but knowing that it's also making somebody else feel less alone. I have a group of friends that I would consider like socialites. So they're the girls that run around Auckland and they're happy and they're positive. They've got that perfect life that it looks like from the outside. So it's quite hard for me to, I guess, obtain that kind of image. I think when I first knew something was wrong, I was in primary school and I used to have panic attacks. So that was quite stressful as a kid, not really knowing, I guess, what's going on. It wasn't until I was 15 that I was diagnosed with depression, and I was put on fluoxetine, and that was good for quite a few years. Then I got to probably about 22, and I think it stopped working for me. That resulted in a suicide attempt. Nothing really came out of that as such. I went on a new antidepressant, didn't seem to really help, and sure enough, within a few months, it was another attempt. And then finally, I got a psychiatrist review, and she diagnosed me with major depressive disorder and generalized anxiety. That was good. I was put on a new medication called venlafaxine, and I've been on that for probably 8 months now, and it's really working. I'm still on medication, but yeah, I'm coping really well at the moment. At my last crisis point, I got a new GP, and she recommended meditation apps such as Calm and Headspace, and those really put me into a new frame of mind in a way that I could relax. It also encouraged getting out into nature, which I love to do anyway, but I didn't realise that the two would combine into such a helpful method. So if I go for a walk in the late afternoon and then I meditate before bed, it just puts me in a whole new place, and it's really good, because I mean, nighttime can be a lonely time. I definitely think that the government need to step up in the sense that mental health needs a lot more funding. When I was at my last crisis point, I got told that funding had been cut and there was no help that could be offered to me. I could go and see a psychologist if I wanted for $120 an hour, and you know, as a student, that's not realistic. You can't afford that, just plain and simple. Big stigma around depression, and I didn't feel like I could speak to anybody because I felt like I was alone and that nobody understood. I didn't really reach out for help. I just kept it to myself and hoped it would kind of go away, and that attitude didn't really help at all. Yeah, education and just open communication is the most important thing. The more we talk about it, the more normalized it becomes. It doesn't need to be this massive deal. It's a part of our society, it's a part of me, and the more we talk about it, the better the outcome. I think RECT is the most positive initiative that I've heard of in quite some time. It's amazing that you guys are opening up the lines of communication, that people like myself can come here and talk openly and not feel judged or not feel ashamed. It's only encouraging good things.